We got a homemade collective for the helicopter RC sim. So this would be sitting horizontally instead of this way. It's just I have the mounting pegs in the vise so we can have this thing sitting somewhere where I can use it with one hand and demonstrate all this. So we have throttle. So there's full throttle. There's off, full throttle. It's got a little throttle lock there. I usually have a smaller thumb screw, but I was out, so I just used a regular bolt. Simple cable setup. Then we have the collective. Just some old handlebars. I cut the ends off and old handlebars. Just cut each side off, welded them together, and yeah. So I had a collective stick. I 3D modeled the handle base that bolts to the quadrant that I bought to make all this work. So this was 45 bucks, and everything else was basically free because I already had it or made it myself. So I have a really cheap throttle quadrant collective for the helicopter, and just a simple screw runs through there with a spacer, ties the stick to that channel, to that axis. So nice and smooth. I have adjustable endpoints. I didn't know where this thing was going to tie in at, or what kind of range that I wanted my collective to be. So I have different points that I can move those pins to, and doing my stops. That way I'm not stressing the plastic handle there. All the stopping force is on the pins, and it will stay anywhere I put it. It's nice and smooth. And I have an adjustable knob right here. I can adjust tension also. And then got extra buttons I can program for whatever I want. Another slider for something else. So and I have 4 mounting pins, and I'll have some of those rare earth magnets that will be threaded all the way up to the base, so I can just slide these pins in the holes that I'll have drilled in the side of my chair, and the magnets will hold it right to the side, and it'll take a little bit of effort to get them off. So that'll work great for a mounting point with no tools required to take it off if I want to switch things around, go back to car racing or whatever else. So cool deal. I'll be flying helicopters soon. I got the joystick coming so I can make my my cyclic stick in the center. So we'll get that done hopefully next week. But all right, yeehaw. Alright, I finally got my flight simulator done, I think, for the most part. And I built a helicopter collective. And I modified a joystick and turned it into a cyclic. And we've got VR. So we're going to give this a run here and see how it all comes together. Maybe it won't crash. That would be cool. Alright, let's see. I can remember how to do all this. Alright, recording. Now we can enable. And go VR mode. There we go. Now we're in VR. Get my seat adjusted here. All right, we're a helicopter. Let me reset my view here. All right, and we are at mid-coast. Let's see, we have some issues here with throttle. Let's go throttle up. We got pedal, we got cyclic, and we got collective down here. All right, and all right, we can do some hovering here. Left jaw. Go ahead and taxi out to the runway here. Got enough traffic, we're going to go ahead and take off. Give a little bit of collective there and forward cyclic, and we are moving. This is cool. This is what got me into aviation in the first place, was wanting to fly helicopters. I learned how to fly RC helicopters first. Airplanes came after. But I met a guy, he was a flight warden. He taught flight instructors. He was a dust-off pilot for the Army, medevac. He's a really cool guy, but he found out about talking about the RC helicopter stuff, and he thought it would be cool to take me up to Hunter Army Airfield and fly the Black Hawk simulator up there. And this has been like 20 some years ago. So a few weeks later, he came over to the house. We rode the motorcycles up to Hunter. This is back in my biker days, wore leather chaps and had my hair down to my waist, and definitely did not belong at the airfield. But anyhow, he got us in the simulator, and I flew for an hour and a half. Didn't crash. Did 5 auto rotations. I definitely wasn't flying as proficiently as him, but I didn't crash it. And he couldn't believe that I didn't have any flight training. He swore up I had flight training and I was pulling his leg. And I was like, the only thing I've ever done is RC helicopters. I said, this is so much easier because I'm in one perspective and I can feel everything. It's I don't have to turn it around and change all my controls around the opposite for orientation. This is just so easy to do in a first person like this. So he thought I had hours of flight training, but that was really cool. But always wanted to fly helicopters. So RC Flight Simulator came around and I never really messed with it. I didn't have the controls. Everything was set up for airplanes all the time. So I finally looked into making my own collective because those things are stupid expensive. So I simply made it. I have all maybe $100 tied up in my cyclic and my collective, and it works really good. Flying this a lot better than I was expecting it to. It's working really, really well. Cool thing about helicopters is you can land them anywhere. Like airplanes, you're stuck forward motion. Helicopters, you can stop and hover and just drop it right on down. Definitely takes some getting used to though. Transitioning forward flight to a hover. Takes a lot of thinking. The more I do it, the more naturally. But alright, so now we're back into basically taxi mode here. Get back over to the ramp. Down right here. A little bit of hovering. Get stationary and set her on down. Well, almost there. Let's see, let's straighten up a little bit here. Getting off track. Almost. Come on, girl. On the ground. There we go. And go back to idle on throttle. And, yeah, a little flight over the airport. Back at the FBO. That was fun. Alright. Helicopter flight sim. Huge success. This is awesome. And, I'm looking forward to seeing what other helicopters I can get on here to play with. Alright, let's get out of here. And this is so cool. Alright, desktop mode. And let me get out of here. I'll quit the link. And Go back to my home here. This is close this out. This is my VR home world. This is pretty neat too. Oh, yeah, this is a whole different world playing with this VR stuff. It's awesome. All right, well, here we go. Done. Oops.